Thank you, everyone, for taking time to be here today. My name is Diane Stafford. I'm a business writer at the Kansas City Star, and I was asked to be here because about 2 years ago in this very room, I attended a meeting that was a call to arms by Heartland Engagement to tell people in this community about the importance of aging in Kansas City. I ended up writing a 3-day series that appeared in the Star last year, and I'm very happy to be back now to see what has transpired in the last 2 years. Americans are getting older. Experts have predicted this demographic shift for years, but now it's here. In the 9-county Kansas City region, projections indicate that the number of those aged 65 and older will increase 110% by 2020. This morning, we'll hear from people in our community that have taken the lead to prepare Kansas City for what we're calling the age wave. First, I would like to acknowledge the sponsors for today's event. Heartland Engagement Initiative, which is a project of Nonprofit Connect and a group of local fundraising organizations, Mid-America Regional Council, and the Center for Practical Bioethics. Over the next 2 hours, you'll hear about what Kansas City has learned over the last couple of years about this aging phenomenon, and we'll hear examples of what's been accomplished to prepare Kansas City, where we're going, and why it matters to everyone today. To set the stage for this, here's a video produced here in Kansas City by the Heartland Engagement Initiative, a community for all ages.
Eleanor is a busy woman, and that's how she likes it. She'll tell you life after 60 is more fun than she'd ever imagined. But she knows things will change. Everyone ages and gradually faces more challenges. And now the number of seniors, people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, is growing faster than ever. Today, about 8,000 people a day are turning 65. Before long, it'll be 10,000 people a day as over 70 million baby boomers become seniors in the next 20 years. In the Kansas City region, the number over 65 is expected to double in that time. What will happen to those without family support systems, or who can't afford to retire? What will our community be like to live in? The answer depends on us. Bob Carey was a fireman. His neighbors sold insurance, and their wives had a carpool for baseball practice. If you want to know what it's like being the older generation, ask the Careys, or people like them. A group called KC for Aging in Community did. 5 areas stood out. One thing obvious to most of us is that it's not enough to extend life without extending quality of life. For most of the elderly, that starts with staying in their homes. Neighbors, friends, and family can help with day-to-day needs for a while, but over time, caregiving becomes more cumbersome, more complicated. To truly be livable, the Kansas City area needs community-wide support systems to help identify and provide assistance. But it will take time to create enough programming to meet the growing need. The time to start is now. We're a culture that values our independence, and mobility and transportation are a critical part of that. Being able to go where we want to go and do what we want to do. In the Kansas City region, which is spread over a large geographical area, that usually means car transportation. So it's hard for older people to give up their keys. Today, communities, organizations, and volunteers are helping and creating more transportation options. For a small fee or donation, people 65 and older can get rides to doctors, grocery stores, or any activity that keeps them active and independent. But already, it's not enough. Other mobility needs aren't as obvious. For example, sidewalks and parking lots need to be in good repair with accommodations for people using walkers or wheelchairs. Homes and buildings need to be designed to make it easier for seniors and people with disabilities to live and work on their own. Planning ahead will help make our homes and community more livable for the elderly. There's no way to build enough facilities for aging baby boomers, and it truly will take a village to help most of us age in place. Many of the things needed are just a part of good relationships with the people around us, like having someone to walk with, or the social contact of a phone call, or having someone to take us shopping. Staying in our homes, living on our own, affects how we feel about ourselves.
Meals on Wheels.
And that helps keep seniors active and filling many important needs. America's seniors are a rich natural resource that is actually growing. Clearly, medical intervention for the elderly is improving, which is why so many people are living longer. But with that success comes the need for more health services, especially for seniors aging in place. Adaptive technologies are already available, providing monitoring services that can detect falls, collect regular vital signs, or make sure medications are taken. With more attention and investment, the hope is that new forms of care will be available when it's needed most, in the future. As challenging as the population changes will be, there's a bright side to having millions more seniors, because so many have the time and motivation to give back. Already, seniors are serving as foster grandparents and at public gardens. They sit on boards and advocate for many different causes. Having a purpose and helping others is life-sustaining for us all. If Bob and Eleanor look familiar to you, it's because they could be your employees, your parents, your grandparents, or you one day. Look ahead. Learn about aging. Educate your friends, your co-workers, and your elected officials. Make building a community for all ages a priority for the Kansas City region.
Copies of the video are available on each table, and you are encouraged to take one with you and share it with others. Heartland Engagement is one of several engagement partners across the country that are working to raise awareness of the philanthropic, business, and government communities about aging as a critical issue facing our society. The Engagement Initiative is a partnership between Grant Makers in Aging, the nation's leading membership organization of funders that are serving the aging. They have a mission to promote and strengthen grant making for an aging society. GIA received funding for engagement from Atlantic Philanthropies, an international grant maker based in New York City. The initiative, which began in 2004, was designed to build awareness of and educate the funding community about aging issues. They were asked to develop leadership in the field and to stimulate more funding for older adult issues. Metropolitan Kansas City's Engagement Initiative is one such partnership. GIA awarded Nonprofit Connect a 3-year grant totaling $40,000 to be used to build awareness and mobilize regional leadership around the importance of aging as a regional issue. The Jewish Heritage Foundation, John Knox Village Foundation, and the William T. Brace Trust of the Bank of America trustee provided $45,000 over 3 years to meet the local match requirement.